There's a school of thought that says if you want to stay at the top of your game, you must never be complacent. A good business is one that always assumes that there's someone out there watching your every move, looking for a sign of weakness, a faltering footstep that's there to be exploited. More often than not, those prying eyes will be those of a competitor, someone who wants to steal the ground from under you. It's not an unfair assumption. There is a chance you are being watched, but it needn't be by a competitor. But someone may still be looking at your business, seeing an opportunity to make a killing.
If we know there's a storm coming, we prepare for its consequences. It only takes little things, but no matter how heavy the rainfall, if they're in place, you really are home and dry.
Let's talk briefly about the threat your business faces from terrorism. You might not be a large multinational, but what if 50% of your staff were on a commuter train that was targeted, or your key supplier had all their IT support corrupted and had to close operations for 2 weeks? It's true that your business is more likely to suffer the effects of a fire or burglary than terrorism. But when terrorists, like all criminals, are seeking out vulnerabilities in a society, we all need to pay extra attention. The problem is it's easy to switch off when the forecast is bad. To some extent, it's natural to adopt an attitude that says, it'll never happen to me. It's natural, but it's also very wrong. Oh, excuse me. It's a fact that the UK is under a very real, sustained threat from terrorism. And we know that you, the business community, are a key target. We know only too well that terrorists are inventive, adaptable, and patient. And they're watching us for signs of weakness. But there are actions you can take to keep the threat from our doors. It's not difficult. The processes you would adopt to prevent crime affecting your business will serve you equally well against the threat of terror. But are you really doing them? Be under no illusion, this is not a time for complacency. If you don't test that you have the right precautions in place, one day soon, someone else will. Say a computer virus is targeted at your company, eliminating all your clients' records, and you failed to have a backup in place. Or that you hired a new boy, too good to be true, as were his references. If you'd have checked, you'd have found out that they were fake, and that sensitive information wouldn't have been stolen and sold to your competitor. If you'd taken the time to ask your key supplier if they had a business continuity plan in place, you might not have lost a week's trading while they re-established themselves following that chemical threat. And if only you'd followed your instincts and asked that tourist just why he was taking photographs of that company's head office. Could he have been linked to the bomb? Surely not. But if only you'd asked, or told someone. A broad understanding of security and your systems for protecting your key assets, most importantly your people, should be integral to your business planning, because good business sense is all about protecting your bottom line. To do that with integrity in today's world means reassuring all who do business with you that you take security seriously. There is a drive to make all businesses, regardless of size, put this on their agenda. So if you don't, you'll fall behind. Your reputation is at stake. To be honest, there's often little you can personally do to actually remove a threat. But there's plenty you can do to remove your vulnerabilities that leave you exposed and open to be exploited. Start by thinking about and listing the areas where you are most vulnerable. Don't just think from within your firm, but look outside. How could customers, suppliers or neighbours leave you exposed? And get your staff's opinion. They may well have valuable ideas to contribute to keeping your business safe. You need to develop a mindset of active learning. You're wrong if you think that a good insurance policy can counteract the effects of a security violation to your business. No insurance payment can repair your reputation in a business community that knows that you could have had preventative measures in place. That loss of reputation can stem from such little things. Who comes in and out of your building? Do you provide distinctive visitor badges? Are they collected and accounted for? Are visitors always accompanied by a member of staff? Can people get in another way? Are there locks or alarms on doors and windows? Are there CCTV cameras on entrances and exits? Inside, are your assets safe? Do you lock away all business documents and close down computers at the end of the working day? Are all your computers password protected? Do you have updated computer firewall or antivirus software? Information. That's what people want. You'd be surprised at what a criminal or a terrorist might find useful. What's coming in and out of the country and when? Who's attending that exhibition? Who can they get close to? Who banks where? Who's in profit? Who's vulnerable? So think. The protection of information is the bedrock of your security measures that should be governed by a simple principle: that the right information reaches the right people at the right time, with no opportunities for those who wish to steal or otherwise interfere with it. Think CIA. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is about using information appropriately, so only those who need to know or use the information should have access to it. Thinking beyond IT, so all hard documents are safe and accounted for. And also making sure when you destroy information that you really do, including hard drives or disks. There are legal requirements for both the deletion and retention of much of the information in any company. Integrity will ensure that your information is fit for purpose, used appropriately, not doctored without consent, or passed on to unauthorized third parties, including companies you no longer have a relationship with, but still linger on confidential mailing lists. And availability simply ensures that your information is there when you need it, backed up and controlled, applying the minimum level of access, only enough so someone can do their job. No more, no less. Information security is not just implemented once. It's a process that needs constant revision. If you're unsure where to start, why not talk to some of your suppliers or clients? See what they have to say.
Between our drivers and riders, we probably go into 4,000 buildings a day.
And it's quite amazing the different attitudes each company can take towards their security.
Do your guys have to have full security equipment?
Yeah, so, I mean, they all come in with ID badges. We've recently started criminal records bureau checks on all of our drivers, which has gone a long way to satisfying, the client's demands for a tighter security.
It's funny how many people do business with companies that they don't know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if one of our very crucial suppliers breaks down, that affects the service that we offer our clients. Therefore, we have to make sure that our suppliers have their own systems in place. The biggest problem that we have with security that, probably something you're familiar with is tailgating.
It is amazing how some people just let our drivers and riders wander around their building, going unchallenged.
As employees, we challenge anyone we don't recognise. in the actual environment, so everyone's familiar with who actually works in what area.
Each of our locations, and some of these locations are very high profile, are like a small community. All the individual companies have to take some form of responsibility for the security within that given environment.
That's good if you've got a building, but like someone like Tesco's, how do you go about educating your regulars as to the security issues?
We like to play a key role in the community. We're in touch with the local businesses, so if any events happen, they're informing us that this is a security message that we're taking and this is what you need to take.
So being part of the community, that sounds a bit like networking to me.
The amount of networking or security conscious awareness you create, it affects the bottom line. People have more interest in doing business with people that have good reputations.
Can I get you anything, sir?
No. I've got everything I need, thank you. So, you've seen how easy it is for someone with a mind to it to challenge the average business's defences. But if you act, you'd soon put an end to my little games. Get the support of your senior management and make staff aware of the importance of the new measures and their role in making them work. Oh, thank you. Find the time to read this booklet. It's not a textbook, but it will get you thinking. And once you've got an understanding of the issues, I urge you to complete the checklists at the back so you can evaluate just how exposed you are. Remember, by remaining vigilant, being security-minded, and having good security measures in place, you can protect your business against crime and make the work of terrorists more difficult. After all, if you can weather the storm, you can be certain of a brighter tomorrow.